Hi, I'm Raylyn Worcester, and this is Spreading the Word. That's word with a capital W, as in the written word, the Bible, and the Word made flesh, Jesus Christ. I am reading to you today from our collaboration called The Bigger Picture. And so far in it, we have seen that the major events of our history have been planned, instigated, orchestrated. And to this point, some of you out there are just saying, I think this sounds like a bunch of conspiracy theory. So I wanted to explore that. This article is called Conspiracy Theories. Be sure you stay tuned for it. Conspiracy theories. It must be remembered that the first job of any conspiracy, whether it be in politics, crime, or within a business office, is to convince everyone that no conspiracy exists. That is a quote from Gary Allen, the author of the book called None Dare Call It Conspiracy. By the time we've reached this point in the bigger picture, many readers are shaking their heads and telling themselves that the authors of this work are nothing more than conspiracy theorists. Perhaps you're one of them. Let's take a moment and explore this line of thinking. What exactly is a conspiracy theory? Webster defines conspiracy as the act of secretly planning to do something that is harmful or illegal. Now, we've definitely been discussing that in these articles. There are several definitions for theory. The analysis of a set of facts in their relation to one another, a plausible or scientifically acceptable general principle to explain a phenomena, a belief, a policy, or procedure proposed or followed as the basis of action. So if we put these two definitions together, we see that a conspiracy theory is a belief that there are those who secretly plan to do something harmful or illegal, and this belief is followed as the basis for action. It is a plausible general principle offered to explain the phenomena of the crime, chaos, and corruption we see running rampant in our world. In the bigger picture, we are simply analyzing a set of facts in their relation to one another. Yes, I guess, according to Webster's definition, we are conspiracy theorists. But why is that a bad thing? It is a common practice of defense attorneys. If you can't disprove a witness's testimony, you discredit the witness and render his testimony inadmissible. Freemasonry, the Illuminati, the One World Order, Common Core, college degrees, corporate structure, the orchestration of wars. None of these things can be disproved. They are real. They exist. So it's time to go to Plan B. Have you ever turned on a light and watched a cockroach scurry away? Why was that appalling? Perhaps it's because you may have suspected there were roaches in your home, but since you never saw one, it was easier to believe they weren't there. Conspiracy theory works the same way. We know something isn't right with our world, and we suspect there are things going on behind the scenes. But since nothing has really been brought to light about it, it's easier to believe it doesn't exist. And that's just the way the conspirators want it. Like the cockroach, they accomplish their deeds in darkness, without the fear of discovery. Once the light has shined on them, they know it's just a matter of time until they are squashed. But what happens when you tell others that their home is infested with roaches? You turn on the light and they see them for themselves. Then they have to choose whether to act upon what they've seen and get rid of the problem, or they can be embarrassed and ashamed that they've let it get to this point and choose to pretend it doesn't exist. They call the one who shined the light into the darkness a troublemaker, or say it was all in his head and try to discredit his testimony. Conspiracy theorists are nothing more than light switch throwers. They see something previously hidden in darkness and try to act upon what they've discovered. Do they get it wrong sometimes? Of course they do. They're human after all. Should conspiracy theorists be automatically discounted and laughed off as incredible? That depends. How comfortable are you living with roaches? Now there's a twist on conspiracy theory I bet you haven't thought of. Now I challenge you to examine other things that are called conspiracy theories in light of this article. And if you found it interesting and thought-provoking, please share it with others. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And in this way, you help spread the word. Thank you. God bless.